GP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. Before we get started into this last half hour, a couple things. It is Thursday. Well, first of all, you can always reach me 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Believe it or not, you can. 706-889-9700. That is our show phone number, and also FYN TV News contact, Fetch Your News contact hotline there. Also, you can email me, chief@fetchyournews.com, and @FetchYourNews, @FYNTV on Twitter. Another programming note, tomorrow we are at Sycamore Crossing in downtown Blue Ridge at 8:10 in the morning. We have Ask the Doc with Dr. William Whaley. At 8:30, we'll have the All-Star panel, political panel, the All-Star political panel. At 9 o'clock, our special guest tomorrow morning joining us at Sycamore Crossing will be Georgia House Speaker David Ralston. We'll ask Speaker Ralston what things are taking place. Always let him give us a 7th District report. Plus, let him tell us a little bit what he sees in the political climate for Georgia in the next 3 months here. And then then we'll have North Georgia Senior Living with Jesse Barton from Cameron Hall. And at 9:45, the Pet of the Week from the Humane Society. That's tomorrow. At 11:30, we have a live show. Again, back on FYNTV.com. We have a live show at 11:30, Trash to Treasures, or Trash and Treasures, at the Union County Farmers Market. That's 11:30 to 12:30 live. And then throughout the week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, we always have a live sports show at 7 o'clock at night. Monday, Union County. Tuesday, Pickens County. Wednesday, Fannin County. And Thursday, Gilmer County. And then on Mondays at 10 a.m., instant replay with Dave Garner. Now, sports show. Now, let me explain something because when I get on a roll, I won't be calm. So let me just continue with things I need to announce. Monday, we will not be here. We will not have a live show. It's Labor Day, and I plan to do some things, much-needed things around the house I don't get time to do, so I'm looking forward to that day. So Monday, we will not be here. Monday, there will be no Union Panthers football show. Monday, there will not be instant replay. So this Monday, we will not be here. Now, I think that's it. I think I've gotten everything out of the way. So let's look. 9 minutes ago, the President of the United States, Donald J. Trump, is tweeting this morning. Because obviously, I told you earlier, the media, the I word, and McGahn's leaving. And I will have to say this. It's of my opinion that the majority of the media that you see on the camera on a daily basis actually has no idea what the White House counsel does in the course of a day. Now, the White House counsel has a staff, and I'm going to have the people tell me where I got this wrong, but there's a staff, and there's the head of the White House counsel. I'm going to venture that even the White House counsel at some point, in some ways, even reads the president's tweets. But when Kellyanne Conway makes a statement, and when Sarah Huckabee Sanders goes out to the podium to make statements, when General Kelly, Chief of Staff, makes a statement, when press secretaries throughout the White House or anything is released, the counsel reads all of that to check it for the legality, or don't say this or strike this. So every press secretary, every press briefing, White House press briefing, that Sarah Huckabee Sanders walks out to that podium, this staff has already looked, and she has a list of legal things and a list of things they'd prefer her not say. Period. You will never get that reported anywhere of what that counsel does. No one, CNN, MSNBC, will report the in-depth history of this man, Don McGahn. One individual that that probably will not get invited again back to CNN, actually said it's not uncommon midterm for some people to leave. And I said, oh my God, that was CNN. And this lady will never get invited back. It's not uncommon. By the time Don McGahn leaves, okay? By the time Don McGahn leaves, he will be there approximately 2 years. Not uncommon. It would not be questioned in anybody else's administration. Remember who made it all the way through Barack Obama's administration? Valerie Jarrett. Go look at administrations and see the odds of who makes it completely through 8 years, 2 terms, and see the odds of an individual doing that, no matter who it is. But Valerie Jarrett made it. Interesting. The other person that actually made it but left early to start the next phase of the Obama White House is Eric Holder as Department of Justice. So this guy, he is the counsel to the Trump campaign. He is the counsel to the transition team. All right? I don't know for a fact, but this man, every time we were watching the Golden, they had a camera, remember, on the golden elevator doors of the Trump Tower, right? And we were waiting who went in, who came out. Why, Lord, we were glued and we watched Kanye come out. We were glued and we watched Jim Brown and Steve Harvey come out. Then we watched Mitt Romney. What the hell was Mitt Romney doing up there? We watched them all up and down. Guess who was in the room? Right there, Don McGahn, transition team. Guarantee you, right? Anyhow, let's put it like this, okay? So then he is the White House counsel for 2 years. Now, when the White House appoints judges, the White House counsel vets the judges. Now, you would think we only had 2 judges. We only had Gorsuch and Kavanaugh. But Trump has put more conservative judges on the bench in 2 years, faster than anyone else since Nixon. Nixon's the last time this many judges have been put on the bench by a president of the United States. They go through the White House counsel's office. They are vetted. Their information comes through the White House counsel. That's where they start breaking it down. Now, sadly to say, it's hard to use the word president and embarrass the president. I mean, I have to be honest, okay? You know, how do you embarrass Donald Trump when, you know, you never know where the next Stormy Daniels or the next storm's coming in named Daniels, okay? I mean, Donald could have stopped at a little bada bing, bada boom, shaky place out there in Shaky Town in mid-America, and all of a sudden somebody shows up. We never know, right? So, but generally, the White House counsel is to not embarrass the president to the point where the president retracts a nomination and has to replace it. All the above. Don McGahn. Don McGahn, I've told you on this show, is the one that personally recommended Neil Gorsuch to the President of the United States. Now, the President of the United States has a lot of respect for this man. There is not the rift the media wants you to know. Sources close to the White House. Remember, every time I hear sources close to the White House, I think it's the guy cutting the hedges that's looking through the window. Sources very close to the White House. Sources very close to the West Wing. Oh, you got a guy laying on the carpet, seeing if he can hear something under the door? Sources very close to the president. Sources very close to Don McGahn's kid that plays soccer of another kid, and his mom in the kitchen overheard this. Sources. Sources, anonymous sources close to the White House West Wing. All right? There's not a rift here. All right? McGahn he's had enough, and it's okay. Doesn't mean something's bad in the White House. So Don McGahn, judges, handling things, especially the judges, and he's leaving. It's not unusual. You're not going to hear and see this massive. Now, the one thing, and I'll let this go because you're going to say, well, how many times are you going to harp on CNN? But just a continuation, okay? A continuation of what CNN does. They called Don McGahn a witness. Don McGahn, White House counsel, leaving this fall, according to a tweet from the President of the United States, McGahn, a witness to the special counsel. No, he's not a witness to the special counsel. They wanted to lead you to believe that Don McGahn is a witness to the special counsel. Now, let me get into the tweets here of the President of the United States. The rigged Russian witch hunt, did not come into play even a little bit with respect to my decision on Don McGahn. It didn't, okay? 41 minutes ago, the President of the United States tweeted out, wow, Nellie Orr, Bruce Orr. Now, I read, if I take the 2 hours in this show and break it down, I wish I had time to do a show with just chalkboard, okay? But if I, Judicial Watch, I go to Judicial Watch and read all this stuff. Wow, Nellie Orr, Bruce Orr's wife, is a Russian expert who is fluent in Russian. She worked for Fusion GPS, where she was paid a lot. Collusion. Bruce was a boss at the Department of Justice and is unbelievably still there. To me, it's unbelievable that Bruce Orr went to work and you and I are paying him this morning. It really is, with Nellie Orr, his wife. Now, let me say this, okay? Let me say this, all right? I understand Jeff Sessions. I understand everybody gets angry at Jeff Sessions. Jeffrey Beauregard Sessions from Alabama. I understand everybody gets upset. I understand the president's taking him to task. But what I would like to remind you out there, we'll just go in an 8-year window. For 6 years, the Department of Justice belonged to one of the most corrupt men ever in America, Eric Holder. And he turned it over in good, corrupt hands to Loretta Lynch. Jeff Sessions probably got, out of all agencies that exist, Jeff Sessions probably got the worst deep state. The FBI is not a cabinet position, okay? It's not a cabinet position, all right? The direct control of that Department of Justice lies in the hands of the President of the United States constitutionally, whether they want to say it or not, okay? So you can yell Jeff Sessions all day long, but for 6 years, one of the most corrupt men ever in this country, Eric Holder, passed it off in the good, corrupt hands of Loretta Lynch, and Jeff Sessions walked into probably the worst agency mess in this country. Okay, so 43 minutes ago, can't believe he's still there, Bruce Orr. An hour ago, I am very excited about the person who will be taking the place of Don McGahn as White House counsel. I liked Don, but he was not responsible for me. He was not responsible for me not firing Mueller or Sessions. So much fake reporting and fake news. So the media wants you to believe that if Don McGahn here leaves, they're going to rekindle, will Sessions be fired? They're going to rekindle Mueller. This is a signal that Mueller's on the chopping block. President of the United States is telling you, the media is telling you everywhere this morning, Don McGahn is the only reason he held every time the president was ready to pull the trigger on Sessions, ready to pull the trigger. Get McGahn in here. McGahn, I'm going to fire Mueller today. No, Mr. President, you cannot. That didn't happen. Okay? McGahn's not the reason. McGahn advised him not to, yes. Maybe did the president discuss, that's the person you go, do I have constitutional authority to do so? Yes, I advise against it, though, Mr. President. We'll open up this, that, and the other thing. Okay. Fake reporting, fake news. Let me try to get another tweet out here. President's been a little busy this morning. This is an hour ago. Donald Trump said the only thing James Comey ever got right was when he said the President Trump was not under investigation. An hour ago, Ivanka Trump and Jared Kushner had nothing to do with the so-called pushing out of Don McGahn. The fake news media has it purposely so wrong. They love to portray chaos in the White House when they know that chaos doesn't exist, just a smooth running machine with changing parts. Okay, media wants you to believe that Jared Kushner and Ivanka, they're throwing everything at the wall. They're betting it all on the I word. I told you. You think this is something, it's all laid out. Wait till Tuesday, folks. Oh my God, you're going to be like, please, is there a place to hide? Okay. 2 hours ago, the news from the financial markets is even better than anticipated. For all of you that have made a fortune in the markets or see your 401k rise beyond the wildest expectation, more good news is coming. Now, they want you to believe that Justin Trudeau, because the media is in love with Justin Trudeau. Okay, they're in love with the Prime Minister of Canada. But as soon as that phone call that Joe Scarborough on MSNBC said, there's no deal, this is all made up. But as soon as the president had the conference call with the president of Mexico and announced the New Deal is on its way, and we're just not even going to call it NAFTA, the trade minister or whatever they have up there in Canada called, Dom, can I come down tomorrow? They've been here for 2 days working it out, trying to pound out and iron out. And now it's interesting that the media is admitting the enormous tariffs on our Wisconsin or all dairy farmers up along the Canadian border. We've been telling you, farmers up there cannot send their cheese and milk and products into Canada because they have over 100% tariffs on, in some places, 400% in some products. So the president's always told the truth about that. Because now Trudeau is coming out and said, I will protect our dairy farmers. That's right, because President Trump's told the truth. So Canada's trying to get something worked out. And trust me, if they do by tomorrow and there's an announcement that Canada, Mexico, and the United States have reworked the deal and American workers and the US of A, you and I, American citizens, by the way, with documentation, if you and I now have a fair opportunity in a capitalist market to produce products and ship them in areas, and people don't dump in our country, oh, the stock market is going to go berserk Monday, and China's going to go, oh my God! But they'll do it in a Chinese accent or whatever, because I can't do a Chinese accent. All right, news from the financial markets, that's coming. I just cannot, 2 hours ago, I just cannot state strongly enough how totally dishonest much of the media is. Truth doesn't matter to them. They only have their hatred and agenda. This includes fake books which come out about me all the time, always anonymous sources, and are pure fiction, enemy of the people. I agree with that. 2 hours ago, one more. What's going on at CNN? I like this one. What's going on at CNN is happening. What is going on at CNN is happening to different degrees at other networks, with NBC News being the worst. The good news is that Andy Luck is about to be fired for incompetence, and much worse, when Lester Holt got caught fudging my tape on Russia, they were hurt badly. Okay, let's see. 2 hours ago, the hated and extreme bias of me by CNN has clouded their thinking and made them unable to function. They can't function over there. They've gone crazy. Watch them. Get up, well, 5 a.m., but you hit that 5 a.m. hour. Now, I don't do the 6 or 7. I've got to move on to the other crazy people. They've gone crazy. They have lost it, okay? The hatred and extreme bias of me by CNN has clouded their thinking and made them unable to function. But actually, as I have always said, this has been going on for a long time. Little Jeff Z, that's Zucker, little Jeff Z has done a terrible job. His ratings at AT&T, his ratings and AT&T should fire him to save credibility. And that's all of them from this morning. We're going to stay there. Now, I know what you're thinking. BKP, it's 9:44. I'm going to take a break, come back. I got 6 minutes, and I know you're waiting to hear if I say something about this, and you're shocked that you haven't heard anything so far. So take a brief break. We'll be back, and then we'll have about 6 minutes to wrap up our show, and I will talk about what you're thinking about. I know it from here. Take us a break.